JC friends, happy Monday to you and welcome to a very special Independence Week edition of JCTV. My name is Matt Chastain and I'll be your host for this week's episode. You'll notice I'm already checked out. I'm at the lake already, gonna get my toes in the water. But doesn't it feel good this week to be not just a JC, but a United States JC? A little patriotism never hurt anybody. I mean, sure, we've got our issues, just like every other culture, every other nation in the history of the world. I mean, we're a little too addicted to fast food. Obviously, I am. We don't appreciate the most popular sport in the world, soccer, they call it. And these guys, don't even get me started with them. I'm not saying that to get political. The camera guy's daddy's actually a congressman. I just like to make fun of the people in the studio. But we are a glass half full organization in the greatest nation in the history of Earth. We invented real football. I mean, the Big Mac is a beautiful thing in moderation. We gave the world Elvis, JFK, MLK, the assembly line, Doritos, Apple, Google. We put the first man on the moon. We invented the stinking internet. I don't know if he invented the internet, but as Americans, we invented the internet. And finally, America was the birthplace of one Henry Giesenberg, who of course founded the club back in 1920, a little club known as the United States Junior Chamber. God bless America. Let's talk about some JC stuff now. And we'll begin this week's episode with our chapter profile. The spotlight this week is on the Naperville JCs from Naperville, Illinois. By the way, I've been getting in trouble recently with pronunciations. I'm really sorry about that. It's tough, it really is. You get a word, but you don't get the pronunciation phonetically. But I actually called the Naperville City Hall to make sure I had its name right. And from now on, I'm going to start calling you mamas to make sure I get names right, too. So put your mama's name down there, because your mama named you dad. I'm going to call you dad. Anyway, the Naperville JCs presented their 35th anniversary Distinguished Service Awards back on April 5th. Now, the award provides the Naperville JCs with a unique opportunity to highlight and recognize people throughout their community who give unselfishly to make their town a great place to live and work. Sounds like the mission of the JCs to me. The organization also has recently formed a partnership with the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce and their Young Professional or YPN group. Recently, they offer a joint membership for $85, and that's actually a really, really good idea. That's a great idea. We should all do that. I might have to steal that one. And how about this? The Naperville JCs have submitted the video for our viral video contest. Naperville going Gangnam Style. The link to the video is below. It's really good. You should check it out. Way to go, Naperville JCs. And it is pronounced Naperville. We are honored this week to have with us on JCTV my buddy, National Vice President, Ms. Valerie Harte. Thanks for being with us today, Valerie.
Thanks.
Now, you guys just got installed officially in Seattle a couple of weeks ago, but you've been working hard in your role all year. Now, tell me, what's your vision on this year's board for the organization?
So my vision for this year in the national board is that we activate more people. We get more people excited about the JC movement and about making an impact in their community. And we do that through training people. We do that through asking them to step up, through talking to them, through talking to local political organizations. I'd like us to partner more with the local chambers so that people get involved and active. I think, in the past we haven't always had that same activation focus, but I definitely think that will get people moving. And then making sure people know the difference that we're making by, sharing that with the media, by telling our friends, going into work. I go into work on a regular basis. They all know where I am right now, and they all see it up on my walls and ask about it, and we talk about it, and then they go back hopefully and tell their friends and other people.
MVP Valerie Harte, thank you so much for being with us today on JCTV. Folks, President Crystal and her team have worked hard to develop a Nothing But Nets toolkit. It's available to us all. It's a kit designed to help inform local governments and organizations about the Nothing But Nets initiative. Now, every chapter is encouraged to visit your local officials and just kind of help spread the word. The toolkit contains all kind of great information about the tour itself, how to contact officials, scheduling, and some great tips on how to steer your conversation, talking points, if you will. Now, the purpose of this meeting would be to share the anti-malaria message and to brag about your chapter just a little bit. Local officials, to be honest with you, like hearing from us. From my own experience, I can tell you that's the case. The organizations come into them to talk about positive things as opposed to just complaining about stuff where they normally hear. It's actually refreshing change for local leaders. So find the toolkit and the link below. And finally, a few words on registration. The 2014 annual meeting will be in Baltimore, Maryland from June 25th through 28th. Early registration's already begun, goes through the end of the year, and it's even half as good as Seattle was. You're going to want to make plans right now to go ahead and be there. Also, registration for the 2013 GALS, or Government Affairs Leadership Seminar in Austin, Texas, from September 26th through 29th of this year, also available below. Elected officials can really be a chapter's best friend when it comes to finding projects to undertake and getting the resources to accomplish them. The GALS gives members the tools they need to understand how government works and how to work it to a chapter's advantage. Participants receive instructions and training on a number of topics, including understanding, again, how government works, the ins and outs of it, understanding the role of advocacy and how to do it correctly, and applying the active citizen framework at the chapter level, which is really the foundation of all chapter activities. Folks, that is just about enough out of me. I'm headed up to Lake Hartwell, a little lake on the Georgia-South Carolina border, for a week of family fun. I wish you all a very happy and safe 4th of July. Now let's get out there, make the world a better place. We'll see you next time.